So, for those of you who haven't met me, I'm Bruce Daley, and I am the father of the bride. And on behalf of my entire family, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this important life event. And I especially want to thank my ex, Kristen, for giving me two wonderful children. Kristen! Now, I have to be honest. I think as a father of a daughter, you never realize how amazing she is until the day that you give her up. And in addition to being her dad, I'm also president of the Brooke Daley Fan Club. And in that role, as president, I've learned a lot of things over the years. And for example, when Brooke was in junior high, she was in a contest to build a model race car. So she was on a team of girls, and they were competing against 37 boy teams. And Brooke said, okay, I'm either gonna come in first or I am gonna come in last. And so she modified the design of the race car, she juiced up the fuel, and she ended up winning. And that really taught me something important. There was a life lesson for me in that. And what that was is, if you want to be a champion, you've got to take risks. And also, accept responsibility. So that played out later in high school. In high school, she was part of a team with Emma, who we all know is the maid of honor, or matron of honor. And they were in a History Day contest, and Brooke and Emma worked tirelessly on their project, and they won districts. And then they completely modified it again when they went to state. And I'll never forget that moment standing there in the auditorium when they won state and they went to the nationals. And I was just inspired, because when I realized that in addition to taking risks, in addition to accepting responsibility, if you want to be a champion, you've got to be prepared. You've got to put in the work. And so that was another life lesson that I really got out of Brooke, from being president of the Brooke Daley Fan Club. Now, I don't want you to think Brooke is just a big brain, because she's not. Now, I used to take her skiing a lot. And then at some point she said to me, you know, Dad, I really don't want to go skiing anymore. It's cold and it's inconvenient. And I said, okay, Brooke, you don't have to go skiing anymore. But let me tell you what's going to happen. Someday, you're going to meet a young man, and he's going to ask, he's going to say, Brooke, do you like to ski? And you're going to say, I love to ski. I love skiing, right? And it turned out that young man was Rob. Now, I've had the pleasure of going skiing with Rob as well. And so I've actually been skiing for over 50 years. I've been teaching skiing for over 20. And we went down a really steep run, Rob and Rory and I. And I was really pleased that they could keep up with me. And when I got back to Denver, Brooke said, Dad, Rob paid you a really nice compliment. He said, you were almost as good a skier as he was. So sadly, it's time for me to step aside as president of the Brooke Daley Fan Club. And what I learned from that was, if you really want to be successful, you need to sacrifice. So I feel that if Rob and Brooke continue to take risks, if they continue to accept responsibility, if they do the work, and they accept sacrifice, they're going to have a very long and happy marriage. And with that, I would like to toast the new bride and groom.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Bruce.